Right. This is Kae-C of Dissector Productions. Or I should say I'm Dissector Selector right now because I'm not producing. I am here with music producers. And so would you like to introduce yourself, Mr. Henry?
Oh, well, my name is Henry Matic, Maticons, the original and vocalist of Henry Matic. But everybody here in Stingray, they call me Buttons because they know me from 19 long time and she lost up.
I tell you. And I am Dillie McLeod. Everybody here at Stingray knows me as Dillie. It's a name that we call it from them time there.
Well, synonymous. Synonymous in reggae.
From them time there till now. And it's still going.
And where did Dillie come from?
I want to tell you the truth, you know, that my friend that was sitting right beside me here earlier still.
Is that Mr. Cruz?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. I gained that name from my friend Michael Cruz. And how I gained that name in my early days, I used to be an MC. And they used to always say, "Well, you sound like Dillinger." So because I had that kind of vibe of MCing, it really started out as Dillinger. What started to happen now, didn't you have too long? And then just decided to cut it short. Start. So that's how I think that.
But I call it an Indians.
Yes, that's my bad.
So where did the name Stingray come from?
Well, that name manifests from my brother and myself, really. Because what happened is, my brothers, they used to call him Sting, which his name is Raymond. All right, so they used to call him Sting, but people used to get it mixed up. But we actually decided to go with the name Stingray because what was happening is at the time I was dealing with all the digital stuff and I had my own label called New Sound. So when my brother decided to start the production, I don't know why Stingray came up, but it came up, which both names belong to my brother. Because Sting was his nickname and Ray is part of his birth name. So when that name came together, we done that for what we was doing. And then I had my thing doing with the digital label and the new sound. So when people say, "How did Sting wake up?" "Oh, you named Sting?" And my brother was called Ray. So I just said, "Yeah, that's what it's about." But that's how it came about. It was just you of my brother.
And where did the Matic in your name come from?
Well, the Matic came from, we formed the band back in, way back, I think it was 1979 or 1980, when, you know, Prince Charles was made Prince of Wales, and we had a show in Brixton, on the show in Brixton, right on the front line. We formed that we had a band before called Out of Darkness, but then we formed another band to do the show with Sugar Minor, Levi Roots, and some other artists, Sugar Drake, and some local artists from Brixton. And we did that show, and the show was so nice that we decided, oh, let's form a band. So we had a band meeting, and then eventually we came up with the name Matic 16, you know. And we all agreed with the name Matic 16. So we got Matic 16. Then when Matic 16 kind of faded out because me and my brother, we were kind of busy, you know, working with enough artists, you know what I mean? All of them, you know, Dennis Brown, Greg Green.
I'm gonna come to that.
Well, yeah, I'm just giving you a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm showing you how the name come about still, you know. So that's why the band kind of went out. We did have a one single that we did with Jim Williams, music kind of, you know, called Jehovah, which kind of got kind of a little popularity within the roots and culture. So, but the band kind of eventually disintegrated because we was there working. So the band never really kept together. So the band kind of split up. But then I wanted to keep the name Matic.
Okay.
You know, because it was Matic on, because they knew as Hansman of Matic 16, Matic on. You know? But eventually, I just kept, my brother wanted to do some other things, you know, but I just kept the name. I said, okay, we keep the name Matic, we like the name Matic. We said Matic, and true, I'm a Hansman, say Matic on, you know. So that's eventually how I got Matic.
Awesome.
Yeah. Bit long,
Yeah. So, what is your earliest memory of music? I'm gonna go to you first, Dillie.
Music find me, my earliest memory was about it. My mother used to have a call it gram.
Yeah.
And
Blue spot.
yeah, blue spot, that's the right
The
name.
grab with the light.
You know, me as a little boy,
just
every
coming
time there, I used to always be playing with her records and things like that. So that was my first kind of early memory, you know, of music, you know, being around music. Because even my elder brothers, like when they first came to England from Jamaica, it's like they were into music. And it was just a bonus to me just picking up on the old vibes of music from in the family house. You know, so that was the first. But as a teenager though, moving on from there, and you know yourself and you get to realize that more and more as you grow older that it's music for me. I got involved with some school friends. And we used to have a little sound too, and we used to play with a better stereo.
What age was this?
This was like about 13.
Okay.
Yeah, about 13, 14. And what happened now, because my good classmates and friends, like there was Carlton O'Gilvy, which is Bobulets, good keyboardist.
Rough cut.
I know Romulus, yeah.
We had the great Don Campbell, right? He used to be a guitarist. He still does play guitar, but he, you know, I mean, he's featured.
A good drummer too, you know.
Yeah. Well, them man, they learn off of my kitchen.
Yeah.
So you had Don Campbell. You had there was another guy who used to play keyboard with us as well, called Mark Walcott, and we had a bass player, Kenny McKenzie. His brother was amongst as well in the early days, Bonnie McKenzie. And we decided to form like a music class. Like we told the teacher that we needed to do music.
Okay.
So each of us picked up on musical instrument. You know, Don kind of had his guitar from a long time, so he was always there. Bobbles decided he's going to do the keyboard. I decided I was going to be the drummer. You understand? And then and we had a bass player. So what it is they used to do, they put us like in a hut and we used to rehearse like once every week. And
so you were actually given time out of lessons to
no, it was part of a class.
Okay.
Like we had the option, like you could do like tailoring or something like that, but we wanted to do music.
Okay.
And we put it to the teacher and that.
But that coaching, but you see, I'm from school.
Yeah.
So a music lesson was them tell me about some Mozart and this and that. And then after half hour, them say we can play a record. So we used to bring in record, you know what I mean? We bring in the record then. You know what I mean? And enough, that's how enough of the youth them at from school anyway.
Right.
Loving the reggae thing and the ska thing, you understand? Because it's the music that we used to bring from we are.
Right, and then get familiar with it.
That's right. But we grew up same way, you know what I mean?
Of course.
Because we have to remember, say, my mother and father, sometimes we used to keep like dance, you know, domino dance, where, you know, whoever win the six by the beer, and you have to let your long life beer, and you have the baby sham for the woman, then and you know what I mean. But yeah, little youth still, you know what I mean.
That was the same thing in my household as well. So music was always kind of rotating. But my mom used to always keep parties and things like that and dances.
Is this at home or?
Yes, at the house.
In the house. Okay. Until she even took it out with excursions and even in dance. You know? But yeah, going back to the hut, like, so we started to rehearse, and one day my daughter said, she said, yeah. So and she said, "I saw no other something good, you know."
How difficult was that? Because I know, like, with the cost of things now, it's completely different, but still,
it's completely different. But you see, one thing with my mother, she see you have an interest in doing something that makes sense. She would back that.
Okay.
You understand? And even though I'm coming from a big family, you know, there's a lot of us, but she made the decision that she's gonna get it.
You're lucky, man.
Yeah, I was lucky.
Hey, man, you know what we get? You know what we get? Yeah. We get stop the music foolishness and go look.
No, she gave me the chance. She gave me the chance because
music cannot work.
No, but you need, you know, sometimes you have to check on your kids and see what they're into, because more than me, I go to a road and do wrongs and bad and mix up and things. She said,
that's right.
It's a positive thing for me. You understand? So she even made me start to rehearse in the room. And I used to share a room with my brother Ray. So like she would have said, well, okay, shall I give us 2 hours? So all my friends that used to come to the house.
Okay.
You understand? And rehearse. 2 hours, so you understand, we make up some knives in there and things like that. So she was doing good for me. And I have to prove her right now. You understand that, you know,
she made the right choice.
She made the right choice. And
I told my mother right when it's on top of the pub.
Oh, you see what I'm saying? You see, so that's the vibe.
But that's another story.
So it helped because I was bouncing between records and then it became sound system and the band. You understand? So I would have said maybe when I reach 15 now, I get a bit pissed off with school. So I had a lot of elder friends and I started to get amongst them, which Mikey plays a big part in my journey.
Okay.
So I went up to 15, but then when it's a few years later, that was but he had his bad son. So we used to always down the road, up and down the place, something like that. So sound became a preference for me now. So I kind of took myself out of that after a period of time. Because nothing much was happening too fast, but the sound system was more happening. You understand?
So your upbringing was here?
Yeah, my upbringing was here too.
Okay. And demographic-wise, what areas were you? So you grew up in?
I grew up in Wilson.
Okay.
Easy?
Yeah. You're not, man.
And then I moved into Harleston.
Okay.
So that's where everything started.
So what school did you go to?
I went to school in Newton, in Junction.
Okay. And
no, I was a South man. I lived different places in South when I was very young, you know. Okay. If I can remember, you know, at least like Balam. No, but I end up in a place named Penge. We go to a place named Penge. So that I just below Crystal Palace, between Crystal Palace and Signal.
Okay. And what school
that-
did you go to?
I went to a school named Kentwood School for Boys. Yes, Kentwood School for no, but them did move it from a next place named Oakfield Road. Because it was kind of they put all the poor youth there. My school was like a last resort school, you know.
Okay.
A lot of the people then that was in my year and even in the bigger year, you know what I mean, most of them end up in a prison. They either end up in a prison or they end up in some high society. When I say high society, I'm talking like top of the tree, like, you know, the government, you know, where some of them even get restored. They're a lord that can sit in the House of Lords.
Okay.
From my little sufferer school, you know. You know,
Okay.
we have man like Black and Dread, you know, all different people, Gossipy, and you know, people who are in the music right now is doing things.
That's a good point, actually. Who in the industry did you go to school with? So
Well, right now,
yeah.
my main school was Steve Martin, Black and Dread, Gossipy, Augusta Sylvester, you know, he's got his label out. Gossipy, No, he used to have the A-class.
That was you?
When he was with fashion.
Yes.
Because he was an engineer for fashion as well, for fashion music. Now he's got his own Gossipy Super Cup label, you know. And you know, I would do a lot of like roots and culture and things like. You know, he's mainly, you know, him and Shaka was like.
Is that
know,
at
time.
school?
No, not at school, at Sound, you know.
Okay.
You know, when he first knew Shaka, you know. I knew Shaka from when he started. You know? And me and my brother used to lift box here. And then, way back, and that is like way back at the original beginning. And then used to play with played on a crime club named Rainbow or something like that. Georgia and the Castro Brown used to run it with film sound, Mafia, Cox, Shaka that's where Shaka started. And that's
Okay.
when I was a teenager, when I used to sneak in the dance, I was old enough.
I'm coming to those kind of questions. So apart from, because you mentioned Don Campbell, you mentioned Bubblers. Was he at the same school as you? Or?
Yeah. Oh, they were my classmates. They were in the same classroom with me every day.
So apart from the people in your band, who else in the music industry was in your school around that time?
When I just started school, a lot of athletes, they were in higher class, higher year when I started. So, but there's a lot of musicians and artists really went to it.
Okay. So who inspired you to make music? So you've said that your mum was quite a big influence because she was very supportive. Would you say that she was your inspiration, or was there something beyond that?
I think that she was a bonus to my inspiration, but I think it was something that from within, really, you know, the great love of just music, you know. Everyone in the family could see that, you know, that boy there gonna be a music album. You understand? Because if you look at the journey from, I'm telling you, from the Blue Gram come up to school and musicianship and songs, you know, because when I was doing with the band, that's where I kind of learned the art of using mixing board, because we have to tune up the instrument and fill the track. And I was more time the main man that used to always fiddle with the mixer to get the sound right for the rehearsal and things like that. So it made me gain that experience from that, not knowing that I was going to be an engineer. You know, I didn't know I was going to be an engineer. So everything just worked in its own way throughout my journey. The most inspiration I got, what made me now got more interested in doing production, was really mainly when I linked up with Blue Mountain Records. A guy called Lloyd Evans was the owner. And through Lloyd Evans now, I got familiar and very amongst Bobby Digital in Jamaica. Because I was like part of the A&R department for the record company, Blue Mountain. So there was moments where they used to always send me to Jamaica to really basically get the tracks from Bobby Digital. You understand? And what made me, I can't forget as well, is Peter Kae-C. He played a big part as well. Because when Peter Kae-C was working for Blue Mountain Records, I came there and met Peter Kae-C back there. And when I got familiar with them, and until I ended up working there, but Kae-C had to leave. And when he left, because Kae-C was the main A&R man for me with Bobby Digital for getting products for the company. And they had to have someone else to continue. And it just happened that I became that person. So on my first few visits to Jamaica and things like that, I spent a month there. It just became that. Yeah, and the love and the understanding now of actually engineering and production really manifests from here. Because just being there daily and watching and seeing and hearing I can do this. I just picked it up and it became full-time.
So Henry, what was your earliest memory of music, and who inspired you to become the musician that you are?
Well, I think my original inspiration comes from my grandmother.
So when I say what was your earliest memory of music, like,
Yeah,
because I remember as a child, kind of looking at the cassettes going up, because obviously I'm slightly younger than you guys, but watching the cassettes go around and getting tangled and taking them out and having to try and fix it.
We all went through that. Yeah, we all went through that. But I'm talking like from the maybe the spark.
Okay.
Where I get it from, you know. And from what I know, my spark comes from my grandmother. And my grandmother used to play one of them. We call them concertina, but she called it flutina.
Okay.
And she used to play it in the church and play, you know, all the church hymns and everything. You know what I mean? Even when I used to visit her and she used to tell me, say, because she knows that I'm a reggae musician. Can't play reggae, you know, young boy. Play that. So we shoot the what? You know what I mean? And she would play that, you know what I mean?
And how old were you?
Huh?
How old were you?
What, them time there? No, I was kind of, well, that is kind of further on from when I started to travel, but way before that. And I know you got, I have too much to tell you.
I know, I need to do this separately.
Too much but originally, you know what I mean, after playing, because I used to be a sound man too, you know what I mean? I used to play sound and this and that. But my first encounter with like professional music was with a band called Matumbi. You know, one of the bass player, he brought his car to a garage where my brother was there. My brother could tell him, say, yeah, my brother Hans, man, he can play Hans, you know. He said, what you play? He played trumpet. And he said, what me play? Me play saxophone and me play trumpet. So them say, all right, come on the studio. Come on one studio up in Tooting. I will go to the studio at Tooting and Dennis Bovell was in there, and you know, and we play a tune, but them give me an easy tune. Them give me a tune like there's a tune called Blue Beat and Scare. Where I would just do some prop, and prop, but it's the way we did it, you understand? And keeping the timing, and it wasn't, you know what I mean, it wasn't like a stiff time, you know, but we did have a musical background still, you know. And we played on some when I was like 6.
Wow.
We learned from a place called the Salvation Army.
Okay.
And that's what we used, you know. My mother moved from Baptist church, and she got out, I don't understand, but anyway, you know, we just have to do what we told. We got Salvation Army, and this brother just take me up and teach me on. A brother named Tom Hogg, you know. And the thing was, he was a policeman too, you know. And he used to do at the local police station. So, you know, like when I went in senior school and going out, and my friend them are going with things, we used to tell them, say, yeah, just ask the police. You know, this station. I said, and when them ask the police, them never get beat up or nothing like that. And you know, them time when police take in black man and then just beat them up in the cell. Before them take your fingerprint or boom, 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 them beat you up. Them beat you up all of the street, even before you get in at the station. And then when you go in the station, them beat you again. You know, so enough of them used to get beat. But through this policeman now, he was at the church and the Matic, so, and them know say him know me. So we used to tell him, say, yeah, you know what I mean, my virgin just gone there, you know, don't let them beat him up. And he used to save enough of the black youth them from get beat up. You know what I mean? Through we, because they know we in the church. So,
what was his name?
Huh?
What was his name?
His name was, I told you, Tom Hogg.
Oh, yes. Yes.
How
could I forget?
Babylon. Tom Hogg his name. But he was the nicest man, and him look after enough of them man who used to get killed with beating in the police station and then get in trouble all the time. He used to save them from getting beaten and then thing that. And not till them move him up because them saying even the police them have to move him up because they might look after too much of the youth them who are coming, you know what I mean? Yeah, them not like that. But anyway. Talking about that, yeah, but we learn arms and then in school, you know, because I used to play the orchestra, Bromley Youth Orchestra, and all these kind of things. My school wasn't a musical school. My school was as I said, a bad boy school. And the only musicians really there at the time was me and my brother. Okay. You know, the man make a music test for the whole school, you know. Everybody take from the first year right up to the senior. Everybody take the same test. Yeah. And I was the only one who get 100%, like 100%. So we used to get moved to the certain things and then this orchestra, and then my added pleasure was I used to go to a girls' school and play for them orchestra, and sometimes they went on trips, you know. So you go on a trip and they put you in this big hall, you know. And this hall is full of girls and you and it.
Wow.
You and it. Can't imagine the trouble when we get.
That must have been nice, eh?
Yeah, that's right. And the mother used to jealous. They used to jealous of me, you know. But we say, yeah, some music, you know what I mean? We used to march down the road with Salvation and the band thing like that. Yeah. And the man them used to say around, hey, look at them 10 years, and laugh after we, you know. And then the whole of them come back and say, oh, we're not laughing after you now, you know. And we say, how far you go? You know what I mean? When them see me on television, they like Azrad, UB40, everybody, you know what I mean? Them frightened themselves.
Time to stop laughing.
Yeah, no, but then remember when they used to laugh, I would say, yeah, but I don't know. You just have to take it because the laughter is easier than the beat. No, we would have get it. We never do it. My parents, because you know, they used to get me. No, you know?
Okay.
Anyway.
So I obviously had these questions lined up in a certain way. However,
yeah, man, like go on.
I'm gonna try and change them up a little bit, but this specific question applies to the pair of you. I'll start with you, Dillie, and ask, what is your creative process like?
oh, I don't want to say that. Sometimes I just get visions.
Mm.
You know, sometimes I just go to bed and it's either I can't sleep or when I wake up in the morning, I sometimes just get a vision to just do something, to create something. So sometimes it might be just a little idea and I act on it. And I just come in and I just say, you know something, and you just follow your vision through. And at the same time now I just said to myself, oh, I'm going to need buttons. You understand? And you just, it's a process.
So does that process start from a feeling?
Yeah.
Oh,
Always. Yeah. That's what I like to hear.
Yes. That's the vibes.
Yeah.
no, because sometimes
It's the vibration.
you can go with periods where you can't think of nothing in it.
Yeah.
And then a next period where everything
just comes to you.
Everything just comes to you. And you can't get it out fast enough.
Yeah, yeah, because even you saying that, sometimes I get a vision and I may come in the studio and say, you know something, I go act on it today, but the vibes just wasn't there again. Or I just didn't feel it was the time to do it. So you relax your everything, you just take it off your mind and just say, well, you know what, maybe next week or next time, you know. And then sometimes it just comes back. You know, you ever have a dream sometime and you wake up, you remember your dream. You might wake up during the night, but when you go back to sleep and wake up, you can't remember that. Yeah. It's the same kind of similar thing sometimes. You know, you get that kind of dream and then when you wake up, the dream is like, I know I dreamt, but what was it again? You know? I remembered everything during the dream, you know, but as I rise, it's like, it just, you know.
It's always the killer tune.
What? Yeah, I tell you. Yeah, sometimes it just, you know, or sometimes I can just be in the studio and I hear a tune and I'm saying, you know, so I can make a nice version of that song. Because that's one of the main reasons I used to call it Stingray, like they used to act on the name, you know, because stingrays are dangerous fishing. And I'm sting hard, but but when we decide that we're gonna like make a cover version of a reggae or a song, we always make sure that the ingredients is just as nice as the original or better. So we make sure that the musical arrangement is got to be on time. Otherwise, I'm not going to go through it. If I don't feel it, it just stays on the drive, and I will go back to it when there's a year or two. I will go back to that at some point and I'll say, well, never complete it now. It's a different heading to complete it. So I just go through it. And normally, most time, it works.
Is your creative process similar?
Yeah, same thing really, you know, it's just inspiration hit you. Sometimes you can force the inspiration to. Sometimes, you know, you have to do a mission. So you have to try to get your mind on that mission and try to find something for that mission. And then usually that starts slower, you know. You start the thing and you stumble, but it's like you pick up, you know, like an engine, like it's stuck and bubbly, till it pick up, you know. And then when it pick up, it goes on, you know what I mean? I did an album for Levi Roots like that, you know. No Levi Roots. Reggae song. I'm a virgin, I'm a brother.
Big up Levi Roots.
Yeah, I produced his album, Free Your Mind, you know, and that's the thing. But I used all my virgin name, Matic and Flux, the Shaka, you know what I mean? All my virgins come in. and helped it. And it actually got nominated for a Mobo Award.
Congratulations.
Yeah. We didn't ask for it, and that was just totally out of the blue. But you know, so that's why I thought, oh wow, maybe I can do some liquor production too.
That'd be cool.
But I've been producing my own things after that still, you know, which is nice, you know, and plus, you know, I mean, even some of my production, you know, I mean, I have a lot of hidden production because I'm a type of person, like if I'm in the studio and somebody's doing something and I can help them manifest what they're doing, you know what I mean? I would suggest, you know, say, oh, do this, I'll do that, you know what I mean? Sometimes I take it and sometimes I don't take it, you know.
You got some good deals.
So, yeah.
You have a good deal. So
I've seen him at work.
a lot of the time, I like to have him around, especially when it comes to certain classical songs, like, you know, we're going to revamp or make a reggae version of a soul classic. I always like to have this man around the studio because he's got a real
It's only because we remember the beauty tune.
Yeah. Whoa.
You know, you have certain tune
Yeah.
when you're a little youth, you know, when you get licks in on them tune they play, you remember them, you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have beaten tune, we have curry goat tune,
Yeah.
you know, we have rum tune.
And we're on the same frequency.
Domino
as well.
tune.
You understand? Because the kind of beats we like, the kind of songs we listen to, everything is up. We're on the same frequency. So it just makes it easier that we can balance amongst ourselves.
And it don't even come from like one little area, you know what I mean? It can come from mentor right up to the foolishness.
Same frequency.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So with your production, you had already put down or put aside the bands before you got into production. So are there no productions that you've ever played on?
Well, yeah, we've done some stuff with the band, you know, for our own personal use.
Okay.
But I didn't take it on board, and we had them actually on acid tape because we actually named the band and everything. It's called Island because we actually played for the school. So because they gave us the chance to do our rehearsal and everything, we had to give back something. So one day in assembly in the morning, we had to play something for the old school.
Okay.
You understand? And it was a great joy. I loved it. I really loved it. And then when I left school, the band continued. I was around for a little while before I moved on. And we got in touch with Matic. That time he was running Outlook Records. You know, Janet and all that, you know, you understand? And we went and approached him and everything. And we actually signed a contract with him to be a band.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually did sign a contract. But what happened was he used to send us like Western to some little rehearsal spot, but it wasn't. We was hoping it would be like Janet Kae and things like that. But some other little artists used to travel, go and rehearse with them, and I just kind of lost the vibe. But my musical brother then continued. You understand, because it became undivided groups.
Okay.
Yeah. So they continued, but we kept our friendship up to this day. Still solid.
Fabulous. I like to hear that. Do you, and it may be a bit of a tricky question for you both, but do you have a favorite production? As in a production that you've done
of
your own, yeah.
Yeah, still. One that really kind of sticks out to me, I would put on the top of the list, is what in Dennis Brown. So we done a project with Dennis Brown, that was two saxophone, both Francis. And I think I would put, the reason why I would put that one in proper specialist because it was so much in my early days of production. And plus, Dennis Brown was like an idol for me when I was actually in the sound system. You know, there's no Dennis Brown tune in the past and I don't have too much. So to end up working with Dennis Brown is like, that was just like when I stick to just drop right into the production line of where I am. But, you know, if I was to name all of them, too much, but that one, most of all, stood out to me and for that.
And what was that called?
The project was called You Got the Best of Me. That's what we called it. I think it was maybe about 13, 14 tracks. It was quite a lot of tracks. So I was in my Evans. Every day going to that studio knowing that I'm going to be recording this great singer. You know what I mean? I was in my Evans. It reached a point where I find it hard to produce. I just thought, just record, just record, just record. So I didn't even think my producing skill really came in like it should, apart from having certain rhythms where I wanted to hear Dennis singing. You know, and it's the same for Saxon as well, because it was like a joint project, both of us. And normally now, a lot of singers say, well, you know, like I'm singing, let's change this, change that. But I couldn't tell Dennis that at that time. Not that I couldn't tell him, but I don't know what I couldn't find the words to say. I just wanted it to just record, and I was just happy. So even sometime when I listen back to some of them tracks and I'm saying, you know, he could have improved on a lot of the lyrics or the vibration of him singing. But
in the moment.
Yeah, we had to go with it. And he's a mood singer, so it was very much, not much to say to him really. Just let him do his thing.
What about you, Mr. Matic?
Me? Yeah, I've done a few productions like for myself and as I said to you, like, but I did an album for some Japanese people called The Pacifists, where I had Peter Honeyday being the singer. You know, we did some like renditions of tunes like Lately and Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, you know? With Mafia and Fluxy, Bubblers.
Yes, great Bubblers.
But I must admit, and then I'm not big up nobody else, but I must admit my best productions are right now, where I produce some tunes for Stingray Records, Dillie, you know what I mean, and the EP is called Renditions, but it's distributed by Tough Gun International, you know, the Bob Marley in California.
What you need to let them know, say, it's not playing saxophone, because he's actually a vocalist. On this project.
I am doing vocal.
Even though he's
I'm doing vocal and trombone.
Yeah.
And I'm playing the saxophone.
Well, true.
The saxophone.
I meant horns. I meant horns.
Yeah, but you know the last time we played saxophone, right? I played a tune in Point of View. I was on top of the pops.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was playing saxophone, you know. Yeah.
So why have you put the sax down?
Because I had virgins around me that played the saxophone much better than me. Okay. And plus my heart was more into trombone.
Okay.
Like
the trombone, yeah. So we dropped the saxophone. Although I was, you know what I mean, I did the top of the pops with a group named The Beat one time. Okay. If you look at top of it, The Beat. And now she's my children. You know, the youth that play saxophone, you know? And I played saxophone and enough of the tunes in you know the film Babylon.
Yes.
Yeah. I actually played most of the tunes on there.
Okay.
Me and my brother. You know what I mean?
So you're part of the actual soundtrack for the.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we never see no credits coming.
Wow.
Them do that later on. When they mentioned it, I said, wow, how come you
No credit.
no credit? The only one them credit was Dennis Bobby.
In the early days.
I never credit man like John Kapai, guitarist, who is a brother who write a tune then. I'm in love with the dreadlocks. For what them name? Yeah, Brown Sugar.
Yeah,
Brown Sugar. Yeah. With Kofi, Karen Wheeler, and
Do you want to sing a little bit?
all the big singer. Yeah.
You can sing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, well, I've had
Sing
my
a little
practice.
line.
No, I've had my
Sing
practice.
a little line.
Sing a little line.
Yeah, sing a little
Go on,
line.
because I've
of
got
that
dreads,
song.
so you know, I give it to me in a dubplate style. Go on.
How could I leave?
No, I'm in love with the dreadlocks.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, me not sing for them tune. I sing my tune. How could I leave? How could I possibly go on if you should say goodbye? Yeah.
Mad.
Just like a rose, if you don't water it every morn, it withers and it dies. Promise you won't leave me.
Bop, bop, bop.
Promise you won't hurt me.
It's getting hot in here.
Stingray, Stingray have it right there.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So we've spoken about who you've worked with. Who would you like to work with in the future?
Would I like work with every big reggae artist that's in the reggae world?
So I don't know who, I couldn't think of anyone who you haven't
Let's
worked
go
with. So.
Well, there's a lot of people that work with the Barry Summer, the Sizzler, the Bone Killer, the Bean, the Man.
They've never reached out yet.
No, they've been here.
That's right. Yeah,
but we haven't worked. Like,
yeah. You haven't done a production.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, everyone's passed through it,
Mm-hmm.
but we haven't. It would be nice to actually be able to have production.
And do they know that? Because I can't
Well,
imagine them not feeling the same.
because I have approached, like, you know, I have reached out to Bass. When I'm in Jamaica, I got this place and we sit down and get to know reason and everything, but it just never happened.
Okay.
You know, because maybe the time wasn't long enough. Because sometimes you have to be persistent, and with a lot of these artists, sometimes you have to at their day every day. And when I go to Jamaica for the short time I go, it's like work. So I can't be just wasting the days just sitting down outside of our arts every day until they feel a vibe and want to do something. So I have to continue my work. So if I take a day out to do that, you know, and nothing happens, or nothing is planned or is working, I just move on. You know, but not, I don't write it off to say it's never going to happen.
Oh no, I'm going to manifest that it will happen.
As long as I have life.
Yeah. I've heard you speak highly about Uncle Barris several times.
Uncle Barris.
Yeah.
I'm a drinking party.
So is he someone you'd also say you'd like to
work with?
Yeah.
Well, I've worked with Barris.
Oh, beg your pardon. Okay.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean? I've had the blessing. I've worked with. I can't count how many singers I do.
Okay. How did
I can tell you that.
How did you working with Barris come about then?
No, well, you know, I'm a session player, you know. So I work with bands at the shows. So when you have people like, for instance, Mikey Cruz, and put on them shows, and they put call these artists, you know. You know what I mean? We used to work on Cash Support show, we used to work on every little other show, you know what I mean? So most singers, you know what I mean? In fact, even Jamaican, you know what I mean? That maybe can only count 4 where I never worked. You know what I mean? That Bob Marley, Jimmy Cliff, Toots. You understand? We can't even count anymore because I do show with Bonnie Whale, I do show
I
with,
was just gonna say.
I do show with Peter Touch. You understand? Right?
Everyone.
Right? But and you know what I mean? We work with Sly and Robbie, Taxi Gang. You know what I mean? I work with Light Parks, We the People Band. You understand? I work with enough of the Jamaican musicians, you know what I mean? I just come back from Jamaica. And it's like they honor me like you know what I mean, on the same power. It was me and Dean Fraser and a Tough Tongue studio, you know what I mean? When I worked with you know, the newer artists, Prodigy, you know what I mean? Do not choose for Prodigy. You know, with Virgin Winter James, big producer right now. The man is the big producer right now. And the youth man where they are doing the music right now, you know what I mean? And I am honored to be playing on their tunes, you know what I mean? Somewhere you know what I mean? All the youth that would do that big tune there. You know what I mean? Jana and all of them, you know what I mean? I'm privileged to be in that position. You know what I mean?
I need to ask you a question now.
Because we can't let you say, you know what I mean? Can't let Stingray, you know what I mean? Stingray have a war. Right.
Did you, because you mentioned Bunny Wailer, and one of my favorite songs is Fig Tree.
Right.
You didn't do the horns on
No,
that.
I didn't do that. No. Me not talk,
I might have passed
when you
out.
say, you see when you say, when you work with people.
You mean like live sets?
I've done work with them live. You know what I mean? Me up on stage with Red Sean and Paul was doing, you know that tune there? The Mick Jagger tune. You just put your hand in mine. Yeah, with Peter Touch. You know what I mean? That was my first European tour. I was with Matumbi, and we were sharing the same bus with Peter Touch and with Sly and Robbie. You know what I mean? And that's I mean, first time I meet my hero them. You know, as a sound man, because I was a sound or a sound boy. But you know, and those were the heroes that I see on record. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there at the table playing Peter Pat with Peter Tosh, Sly and Robbie, you know what I mean? And them a gamble up, them take away all my money and we know my money. And I tell them, say, you know, for gamble with big man, you know. I was still a teenager then. I was like 19. You know, so I'm get them privilege there, you know. Yeah. So I don't know which artist really, you know what I mean? Most DJs have, you know, DJ music. They just mix. But even some of them, I still work with them, you know what I mean? Another project, you know what I mean? So you get all these different things, you know what I mean? You know, well, DJ them like Big U, I-Roy and all them, U-Roy and all them big man there, you know. Foundation, I work with them because they use music, you understand?
Okay. So how would you describe your relationship with music? What is music to you?
Music and life.
Simple as that.
I can't have that simple answer because
no, that's
what if I was to say music is life, I would have to elaborate on that and say that there have been times
just say it's the greatest love.
The greatest love.
Greatest love. Greatest love.
Yeah, but you have to understand, Taylor.
Yeah.
It's the greatest love on its level. You know what I mean? You know, like how you have love for your children.
Yeah.
And you have love for your spouse, like your mother, your woman. You know what I mean? You love them both the same, but it's still a different love. You understand? And it's the music for me, fitting with that with me. Because I have another love too, you know. I love swimming in the sea. Swimming in the sea and scuba diving, and I love that. I love that, like, you know what I mean? Because I learned that in Jamaica, and, you know, the best place. I mean, just love being out on the waters or near waters. That's why I live near water too. You know what I mean? Yes, sir, Jamaica, even America too, because my wife is American, we live near water. You know what I mean? Everything is near water. You know? And then the other love, of course, is the gardening, you know, I love grow things, you know.
Okay.
I'm a vegetable grower, I can tell you.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
sweet
yeah.
pumpkin. That pumpkin.
Okay.
So Ross
Yeah.
pumpkin is grow up here, yeah, on the back, the muscle. Yeah, man.
And you see when I'm doing that,
Mm.
I don't listen to no music. I don't listen to nothing. All I listen is air
Mm.
and 2 minutes nearby the sea. Sometimes you can't hear it.
Mm.
But it's just the air and the birds. No music, no nothing. None of that. I'm just growing the things. Yeah, man, color, we bring some seed, and we just, yeah, what we just start up. We just start off some ackee seed.
Oh,
What?
God, I want to grow.
So some
Right
hope
up
say
my
grow.
street, that, you
Yeah,
know,
and then
Ackee.
I've been growing some pear tree, but you know when I'm outside
Mm.
and the frost take them,
Yeah.
they're dead. But I got one now that's outside
Mm.
and it's still alive with all this cold. So we know say, wow, you know what I
There's
mean?
a fighter.
That's right. So maybe might be one day, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
So but the ackee then, we bring some fresh ackee seed back from Jamaica. And we see them start, we keep them in the bag, you know, and we just start sprout. And we just see them start sprout now, we just put them in the together.
Mm.
Just plant them now, hopefully them start growing so we get ackee.
Wow.
And we do them on the ackee tree.
English ackee.
Yeah.
No, when the summers them I get hotter, you know. So
Yeah, that's very true.
that's that, you know, the global warming thing that helps.
Mhm.
It's the winter mild food.
Yeah.
Mhm. So apart from music, like Henry said, his is like being near to water and
Yeah.
gardening.
Mhm.
If you weren't doing music, what
You
would
know,
your love be?
I spend a lot of energy working with youth.
Okay.
I think they need, it's missing
Mm-hmm.
from these youths of today.
Mm-hmm.
Because that has been a part of my journey. I spent a lot of time working with even from toddlers to teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I've done youth arts, after leaving school, that was kind of part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And then the music, you know, was always there with me. But that's what I was doing. So I think I'd like to still pass on that educational factor and the knowledge to a lot of these youngsters because some of them don't have no knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a lot for that.
That kind of brings me neatly on to my next question, which is if you weren't able to just say, I don't know, Dissector Productions calls you up and says, Dillie, I need a mix, and you're like, oh, I've got an emergency, I can't do it right now. Who would you entrust to do as good a job as you do?
When the person who I would entrust is no longer with us, right?
Okay.
Yeah, he's no longer with us. So how would I play this one out? It's like, I mean, if you come to me directly, that must be a particular reason why you came to me because you want. Yeah, you understand. So I feel we'd have to back it and forward until our arrangement come together. To make it happen.
Because no one can do it like Dillie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really
Guys,
the
his
best
name
thing.
and name, you know.
Yeah, very true, very true.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so to kind of get out of that, who do you have working around you at the moment?
Okay, I have some couple assistants. I have a young youth here, assistant with us, Gerald.
Mm-hmm.
He's the latest right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that governor shines if I need to take time out, they can sit in for me, you know, and
Cosme.
make it work. Cosme, yeah,
train Cosme.
Spanish friends, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have some little assistants, you know, and
So
Caribbean. Yeah, for real. And even my light buttons that learn the thing, you know, you're surprised. You're
No,
still
but, yeah, but we don't want.
him no want to take on that role, yeah,
no,
but him
leave it to others.
him know the move around.
Yeah,
Okay.
Him know the move around. Mafia too. Mafia have an idea of the move around, but it's just that when they come here now, they put their trust into me to deal with this part of it.
Yeah.
But I can still leave them for an hour or two, and they can be able to move around, which is the greatest thing. Yeah.
No.
But,
I'll tell you what it is really. You know, you see, most of what we deal with really as musicians, we deal with the volume and maybe the balance of the instrument. But deal with how the instrument sound and how it, you know what I mean, integrate and you know the engineering stuff.
It's just like mixing porridge.
Yeah, you know, some people like them porridge sweet and some people
I
like
just
it.
like it if you are seasoning up some fish and all that something you know the kind of spice where the ingredients where you want. You understand? You know the right kind of spice you want.
Yeah, but not everybody get the ingredients right.
No, that's right.
Even when them have the same recipe.
It's true. Yeah. Not everybody
gets it. Is how you blend it.
Yeah.
And you say how you mix.
Well, I'm not to give terms because, you know, I'm getting a lot of credit in that thing where people is approaching me because of that reason. And I'm thinking, well, I never. Because when I done this, I just done it for personal use. When I started out in here, it wasn't as a business. It was just for personal use. Because we used to use studio a lot and it used to cost us a lot. And I just looked at it and never better thought and we said, you know what, let's have something for yourself. So when we put this together, it wasn't for that. It was just personal, but it became difficult because I have a wonderful musician friends, sound friends, and they want somewhere. Before we used to use other little studios about the place, them times there's a lot of white studios. So when they see that I have a little thing now that's to whisper, and they say, like, yeah, I want something, where. And then eventually, you know, as the music started to change and things like that, we decide that, you know what, we can approach a lot, to do a lot. So let's make it a business. Make we open the door to everybody, not just for what we're doing. And that's how it ended up. So they were liking what they hear when they come here. They were liking the old vibes of just being in here. You know, it made them really feel like they're in a studio because it's not every studio is like a studio. And especially with a lot of the artists and my Jamaican friends, when they come here, they feel like they're in Jamaica. Because it's the old vibes of just even just walking down the path to get to the door. You understand? And opening the door and coming in and just because that's the vibe really, you know? Because I got this vibe, really, I generate this vibe from Bobby. All the time when I was using studio, I used to think to myself, let's talk about one, and I used to think studio have to be some big place. When I go to Jamaica and see some little studio and the sound will come out of it. Yeah, because the studio them we used to use here are some church down in some basement thing or some big something them have in there. So and I used to think studios have to be big. When I learned it and I find it's more comfortable. Everybody feel relaxed. So
sometimes I come here, I feel like you need a little bit more space though.
Well, it happens.
Listen, I come from Jamaica, you know, and I was in Anchor studio, and Anchor could have take like six of these, 8 of these, everything, 8, 10, and that's just the recording room. We never talk the engineering room. You understand? That big place, tough gun, big place. You understand? Them students. Yeah, couple even mixing lab. You know what I mean? Big, yeah, it's not so big like Anchor.
Yeah, but the size of them, you know.
But I didn't privilege me get, you know.
Yeah.
And then we come back and work at Stingray. And when we tell them say me I work at Stingray, them happy. Cause you know what I mean, the Stingray get rated with the people who are working, the engineers, Fatan, Superman, them and the working tough gun and all kind. It's filled up, you know what I mean? Everybody knows Stingray. Everybody knows Stingray. At Jamaica, which is like, it's like a blessing, you know what I mean? I think that blessing, like when I work there, and them take me like me and Dean Fraser are brother. You understand? And for me, it's an honor and a blessing as a Englishman. We can't say in English youth again. You know, I used to be the youth one time, but as an Englishman, you know what I mean, got the respect, you know what I mean? There's very few of us who get the respect out there, you know what I mean? Dillie is one.
That's true.
Dillie is one, Mafia and Fluxy, you know what I mean? Jazz one, you know what I mean? Me get the respect, you know what I mean? You know, when we work with all Light Parks band, Sly and Robbie, you know what I mean? Sly called me up and called me Henry the Great. And at the time I said, no man, I'm just a great like you. And you name Lowell, Lowell done boy. You know what I mean? But them man they have big respect for me, you know what I mean? And for me, in the music business is an honor, you know? Even an honor here, you know what I mean? Because them, yeah, for honored for even them amongst the musician and the vibe, what is that?
It's all about pedigree.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? Them no advertise it, but it's what attract, you know what I mean?
Those who
So
know,
everybody know, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man, people know yes, and they know who is here as well. People can know the music. Just same way like how, you know, like how you have back in the day you have Channel 1 studio and them know to slide down by the drummer and so on, whoever, you know what I mean? Rancho McLean and all them kind of money. You understand? That them studio, you know?
When them talk about Stingray, them know about Matic.
Yeah, Fluxy. Yeah, them know about Matic. Yeah.
So it's like a Channel 1.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the Channel 1. England, you know. Enough tune come out and people don't even realize where the tune them come from. I record, yes, sir, you know. I'm not only talking the ones that release from Stingray label, but other people's label. Yeah. You know, realize.
So with all your knowledge and experience, what would you say to your younger self, maybe around the age of 18, if you could give a message to your 18-year-old self, what would you say? Stay focused.
Yeah, man.
And just follow that path. Don't stop, because you see, I get a lot of assistance. And it reminds me of myself, some of that, of me, my journey getting into this. And I try to coach them and teach them, but see what happens. Sometimes the teaching don't finish, but it's like they would feel like to them they're ready. You understand? I've done years and years of this before I was ready. And even though I'm still doing it now, I'm still learning. I must say I'm still learning. And I learn, I help learn with even when Henry being around, I learn off of him as well. With his experience, I learn off of Matic and Fluxy the same way. So I'm still learning. You understand? So they'll come and then they give up maybe after a year or two, or they feel like I'm ready, I can go and do this for myself. But to me, they haven't learned enough. You understand? So it's a continuation and grow with it.
When you think you know, you find out, so you never know.
You never really know. You understand? And then when they go back their business, like they just lose the old vibes. And
to me, it wasn't in them in the
It wasn't. for them to reach there.
Yeah.
You know.
Number one.
So yeah, it's a long journey. And still on that
But what I
road.
noticed, most people who get through still is one them. It's not even them looking it. They just want to do what they love, and they want to do it to the best.
Yeah.
And then when they're doing it, all of a sudden that just comes along. You go, whoa, you know. That's how they do with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When we work with I did a Matic 16 show years and years ago in Brixton Town Hall. And it just so happened the bass player of UB40 was see our show.
Okay.
And we go back to the band and say, we want them hands man to play in the band. But them couldn't find me.
Okay.
It took them a few years. When was them signed Winston Reedy. I remember Winston Reedy have Dim the Light and Go and Go Down. Yeah, we play on them too. But we did a tour like supporting UB40. Then the man come and hear me play. Say, oh, let the man come in. You know, but eventually we got in because the next tour now they was doing, them said they want me on it. So we said, yeah, all right. And then when we get talking, we get to find out, say, them was looking for years before, you know, because them see me with Matic and them, yeah, you guys don't want it, you know what I mean? So sometimes, you know, things don't come direct or whatever, you know.
So it goes back to the focus, really.
Yeah. Doing what you love, you know what I mean? And when you start lose focus, that's when things start going go different, you know, when different things start attracting. You know what I mean? Because there's always things that distract and make you want, you know what I mean? Because, you know, everybody has their own journey within it, you know what I mean? And it's how you make your journey within it, you know? So, yeah, but you still hear about thing, you know? Amongst the youths too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm going to change the topic slightly and ask about a time of year that or not even a time of year, a period of time where everybody found very difficult, although it feels as though a lot of people don't even remember it, and that is your COVID experience. Because even when I speak to people about it now, they forget that we had to queue up for an hour to get into a supermarket only to find that the shelves were empty, or there were people who they wanted to visit who were unwell. And I can imagine that being musicians and producers and everyone in the industry would have really been impacted by the fact that there was a social distancing thing going on. You weren't able to perform live, you weren't able to do a lot of things. And although there were people who kind of got by doing, I guess, what was the bare minimum, there were some people who I feel really suffered from a mental health perspective, because it was almost like the end to life as they knew it. And I feel a lot of people were impacted more by the mental health side of things than the actual disease itself. How did you find that time, and what did you do to get through it?
Well, you know what? Come back to music again.
Yeah.
Music lifted me up. You know, sir, I didn't make the COVID really affect me as such, because yes, they were telling people that you can't go to work and wear the garden and can't stop me from going on the garden. So I'm in my studio every day.
Yeah.
So I was blessed for that. And to be honest, COVID was one of the most fruitful years for me. I couldn't believe it when my client was telling me. Really? The only problem, or what affected me most of all, was I lost 3 friends in Jamaica, and they are 3 very close friends. Bobby Digital was one, Barry O'Hare was one, Dalton Brown was the next one. 3 very special friends to me. And it did it hurt my heart to know I couldn't travel because no flight was moving around. So I wasn't able to be present at what was taking place for them in terms of everything that can reach. To be honest, I would have loved to really be there. So shed my tears, I'm still there, so and music just soothed my mind. You understand? And I was still working. So when they were saying people can't work and do this and do that, I was still working. But my form of working was connecting with the internet. So I was getting projects sent to me to deal with. So the work was coming in. So I was still working. I was there mixing tune. I was still doing my own stuff. It gave me, a matter of fact, COVID gave me that chance to catch up on a lot of my own production, because that's the next thing now, because to open for business now, business more take preference than my own production. But when it kind of get quiet now, I can focus more on my stuff. So it made me do a lot more production for myself during that period of time as well. You know? So it didn't really, I didn't make it affect me. Good. Music just took that away from me. You know, I watch and I see what's going on. You know, I had even close friends that was around that actually caught COVID. A special friend of mine, Steve, he caught COVID. He was probably out for a couple of months, coma business, and I didn't even think he was going to make it back to life. You understand? But yeah, I never went to But he was all here. Yeah. And would you believe, after they left here, I'm getting the phone calls there. Everyone that was there is called COVID.
Except me. I was here.
Oh yes, he was here that day. You're right.
I never catch COVID.
But he left. You left just a little bit before. But you know why I think I won? Because I was over this side of the
Right.
And they were all over there. Every
everybody,
one of them. Yeah, we remember you the day too, but you left before.
Right. I mean,
Everybody
before what though?
I don't know. I don't know because everybody was here.
We was all here. It was all 5 of us.
So it struck at a certain time.
No, well, I don't know if it struck, but I'm just
somebody
saying.
had it and spread it.
But
me never
didn't get it. And I didn't get it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and everybody else had it.
Get it.
And they had it bad because my brother Asha, he was in hospital for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's right.
Steve was leaning
and
off for a couple months.
Yeah, that's right.
She got it.
Shardell got it.
She herself.
Yeah, that's right.
She never get it as bad as she didn't get it as bad as Steve and Asha. Steve got it the worst. Might be learning for a while again when you come out.
That's right.
And I left him there. Reaching man. We was really worried about it still, but but COVID, you know, I think if you put your mind to it, it will affect you. We don't watch them things.
No, when it's a COVID time, it was all right for me too.
Yeah.
How did you get through that?
No, but the thing is, I have a little setup in my house where I do recording. So usually a lot of people send me sessions that they want me to play it on. They'll send me the tune and I play my on and then I send it back to them.
Okay.
And then, not only here in England, all over the world. I get sessions. That's when I was getting more sessions still, you know, but people know them couldn't travel or whatever. And they're in their house, so then we just contact them and say, I can record, I got the studio. And we just record, you know, do the horns and send back, you know what I mean? So I was kind of lucky, you know. I'm gonna get a couple of things sick, so.
Yes, man.
The time. Yeah, so COVID, believe it or not, wasn't so bad for me. You know, I got through it. You know.
I have heard that it has been one of the more creative periods of time for a lot of musicians.
Well, for we have enough. We're sitting there and sometimes they can, especially the time when them say you couldn't even go to the road. Remember that there was a time when you can only go down to get a milk card, something, and go back.
It's 20 minutes outside or something.
You look outside, you look at them empty.
Yeah.
When me a drive, I want the police to stop me.
That's right. Where you going?
Go at night time.
No, but that's how it was. That's how it was. So I was in my room and things just are coming and you set up them way there,
So leading on from that period of time, how do you feel the internet has impacted the music business? Because obviously, like you said, you kind of use that period of time to be more digital and do things online. So I guess during that period of time, it was a blessing. But do you think that there is a negative side to the internet and the music industry?
No, I wouldn't say there's a negative. I mean, we've gone through the changes, so let me just get this right. We're coming from old school. Old school is vinyl, records, that's old school. Technology has changed strategy, as it called up. So where the technology is now with these MP3 and all that, is really internet, So the original format of making products is just changed completely. So it's good and it's bad, because what happens is now with the music industry, you get a lot of rubbish and you get good stuff. But you have all these radio stations, and sometimes these DJs never play anything. So sometimes the good may suffer for the bad. You understand? And maybe that's part of the internet, because people can build and tune them off. Anyone
can be a musician. And
when they finish, them just send it out.
They don't even mix it.
Not mixed properly, not getting the right sound or nothing, but they just bring it out. So what you're gonna find now, in the earlier days, when you go record shop, you have X amount of records there that comes in every week or what's released every week. Now, it's umpteen amount of stuff. Because even me getting some stuff, a holly that I'm just saying, what's this? Dillie. But that's where the generation is now. That's where it is. So we as older people, you either have to get with it or get left behind. Because I didn't even think I was going to be using computer. So it took me a long while to get into the computer, because I'm coming from old school, is tape. We used to use the big tape and things like that. And I used to make my product that was on tape. So what happened is, I used to, when the format started to change, I used to hold on to my product now, and I hold on to for ideas, because I'm saying that this internet is just a phase that will come on. Well, there I was 6 years ago, 7 years ago, and I'm saying, no, man, I have to do something with them product here. You see that them just stay up on the tape and everything waste. I'm just put them out and just see what happens. I had to move with the time. So I had to get Pro Tools, because it's the same with the studio. People stop using the real. And a man called me and said, boy, I have some things on computer, a hard drive that we look into. So we have to get the computer and learn. So you have to move with the time, because that's where technology is right now.
But do you not think that, so when you speak about vinyl, you know that you press a certain amount, and when you sell them, you get a certain amount back. Whereas now when you put out music, it's about streaming and people maybe watching or listening via YouTube and all this kind of stuff. Revenue-wise, what do you think works better?
Well, there's two ways you can look at it. In the old days, we used to always have a third party who have a connection to a record company to get your product into the doors. But with the internet world right now, you don't, it reaches out to the world so quick.
But like you said, you may get emails, and because you don't really know the person or whatever, it's just delete, delete, delete. So I feel like there's still that format, because if I was to say to you, for example, Dillie, can you send this to your mailing list? People may take heed, or they would take heed based on the fact that it's coming from Stingray rather than coming from someone that they don't know. So I think that element still applies somewhat.
Well, there's good and bad in it, because financially, I know, especially with the reggae is not like the top genre of music. So the units are selling slow for us. I noticed that coming from the old school, you could be more in control with the vinyl. But you have to go through the whole process of making that. But with the internet now, the problem what we had, especially when it first came, we was losing wallop revenue because piracy. When we put a track out, where before you have to buy, now, if my brother buy a track,
Everyone's
he can send it to a million people if he want, 2 million or 3 million people. So when they send out those tracks, because we used to have that problem, especially with a lot of people that's in the music business playing music, like radio DJs and things like that. When they used to get your stuff, they share it. And we lose revenue off of it because they're not buying it again. You understand? And then the little buyers that's there, as I'm saying, it's slow, really slow. So you have to build up another catalog to maybe make it happen. Now you have to pray and say, well, you know what, I won't say our company just pick up on this and take it to a next level, because that's the next thing. Especially now with a lot of these younger youths, they use the internet and it works for them. So they're getting the hits. Their profile is getting big. People start looking at them and want to invest.
No more of the ins and outs.
Yeah. You know, so there's good and bad. So, you know, I don't make no judgment with it. You just hope that you put out something, and it you know, the greatest joy as well, you know, for me is to know that the tracks are out there. Sometimes, yes, we want the funds, but sometimes the joy, if you know, sir, boy, they're playing, the tune that is playing, you know what I mean? Everybody wants a little fun, because we want to make some more things and do some more things, but it is what it is, you know? You just won't say, boy, that tune will take off. And even if it don't, just the joy of knowing that's out there being played, it's being received. You see people and they'll be saying, boy, Henry, you know, say that tune that you do bad, I like it. It encourages you to continue. You understand? It encourages you. You know?
See, I have a little bit more of an advantage than even a record producer in a reggae music. Because you can produce like 20 tunes, you know what I mean, and maybe only one is out there, maybe even earning a little money. But my one tune, it might not be played as often, but people hear it, and people just recognize the name. And because I'm a live musician now, I can put that forward as a show. You understand? And I can do shows. You know, like I've started to do that. I've started to do like vocal shows. I've been doing like kind of roots and dub shows long time with recipe. You know, sometimes I go I go and play the sound system there.
Mhm.
Maybe all over like Europe or wherever. Even Argentina and all them kind of things.
So that's where you
Okay.
benefit as
So,
an artist.
so that's where
Yeah.
I benefit as an artist as well, you know what I mean? So maybe some of the money that I spend, I can recoup
Okay.
because I'm doing like shows, you know what I mean? Where I'm getting a fee, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm going to
Big
do that
ass
job,
so-
yeah, brother.
no, but that's where we have the more advantage, you know. Even if
Yeah.
I say I'm putting out a tune for myself,
Mhm.
and I put it out, and I'm waiting for the little money. But in the meantime, I can be doing shows. I'm gonna get more money than what we would I get wait for the little money from the record. You understand?
Mhm.
So that is where I get a blessing. You know what I mean? So that's how I understand. I don't understand. I overstand.
Mhm.
Record companies and reggae record companies and produce, and sometimes they don't earn money. But some people do find a way of making a money out of that properly. You know what I mean? But it takes very hard work, and it takes a lot of for instance, a man like my professor. You know what I mean? I know for a fact that's how he does it. Because he does all these little shows everywhere, all over the world. But that is not his main thing. His main thing is selling his record, them while him having his warehouse. If he's got a warehouse, so he's done his business proper, and he makes, you know what I mean? He make out, in this one I don't go man, really, and truly right now, that's making like proper money all the time. But you don't even see records about like Monk Swing and the black community.
Wow.
But he's all over the world. You know what I mean? And people don't realize. And then on top of that, he's doing his shows here and there or whatever. You know what I mean? And where if it's advantageous for him to do that show there over there for nothing, he go and do it because he knows he's got a next thing to sell to put over there, so you know, with some other people.
Mhm.
You understand? And that's how the man to do it. Then he's made his connection over the years and just sell around the world.
Okay.
Sail around the world, travel around the world. I don't know where you find the time to do that. For some reason, you find the time. Yeah.
Okay. So we've spoken about the business and the logistical side of things. So I would like you to tell me a song that you maybe feel, or a song that every time you hear it, it makes you feel some type of way.
Out of my production?
No, just any song.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
That one is hard.
That is
That's too
hard.
much tune.
So much.
Too much tune. And it depends on the mood that you're in.
And that too as well.
Yeah.
But you know, for me, it's lyrical content of the song.
Mm-hmm.
I love the examples. And this example is from a very famous song. Now, if I'm going to get songwriters coming there and writing lyrics, like if I run out in the road and make the car run over, or dirty dishes in the sink, you know, I have to open my ears and listen, because very rarely you get these kind of lyrics in song. So when you get lyrics like that in a song, like, you know, that's a deep song, or this, you need to listen to that song. But there is definitely something about it for them lines to be in songs like that. Songs like that get me. Songs like that, you know, it's not like the everyday I love you, baby come home and I miss you, and where are you right now?
No,
These
but
are
that's
everyday too.
But that's what I say. You have to be in the mood.
Yeah.
Because
But even if I'm in the mood, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear.
You know why you're dying?
No, I don't want to hear that.
When you're there with your wife, and you're snuggle up.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that. No, I don't want to hear that. No, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear a love story.
Oh, I love story. Oh, you want to hear the story?
Yeah,
not your regular.
Yeah, no, I love the baby. Come
Simply I pushed her away.
It's all about lyrics. Yeah, you could be wrapped up with the woman and using the right sort of lyrics. It's gonna be more affection.
Yeah,
You know,
of course,
then because
of course.
everybody's on. You know,
Of course,
I tell my grandkids, my kids every time we're on the phone, I say, "Oh, I love you." You understand? But I'm just saying, there's other ways of explaining.
Yeah.
And that's what works for me in a song. So there's so many. I can't pick one directly, but I can give you some example, like what I did. You know, songs like that. Trust me. Write a song like that, and yeah.
No, but if you're talking about sit down and listen to with good content, you know, it's like for instance, you know, me love tune like Bob Andy tune. Just take these chains away and set me free.
Yes, because
Release
it's
me
meaningful.
from my bondage.
Yes, but this is what I'm saying.
You know
There's so many.
Till I not be a slave, I don't wanna be no more. But them tune so like he's reasoning. He's reasoning with a person. You understand? It's like he's standing and reasoning with a person.
Them tunes
And tell it, you know.
But
but those are good songs, you know.
Yes.
Those are, you know.
So those are the kind of songs that if you do you go out? Do you go to events?
I don't need to go to events, you know, because I play at most events and big events and dances, you know. I mean, the smaller dances, I don't really need them unless I know one of my brethren that is there or something like that. You know.
It's just that I've obviously.
Other than that, I don't go. You know what I mean? Or if I go somewhere with my wife, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? We go somewhere where we want to go. You know what I mean? It's not really, you know.
So if that's out if that plays while you're out, that's the tune that will get the signal for you.
No, well I said tunes like that, you know what I mean? Lyrical content. They say that I won't get nowhere. So they say. So they say it. My mission's impossible. They say it. I just cannot make it. But I know they're wrong. My missions are possible. Them tune there, you know.
Because that's the next thing, you know, about going out still, you know, because you have to feed off of the people as well. So when I'm out, I'm listening to the old vibes of what's going on and the kind of songs they're playing and everything. You know, all of them I love, but that don't mean I'm gonna just stand up. I'm gonna rock. Just the same, because the old vibes in the place just have me rocking, you know. So I learn off of that as well, because I go away from that and I come back here and say, I move to that kind of vibe. So let me try and put something in that kind of vein and see how it works. I have to try things as well. So you have to be out there to know.
Definitely. And what you just mentioned there about being out and kind of absorbing other people's energy is something that you really have to make a conscious effort not to do, because if you're quite an open or free person and you know you literally can walk into a dance and you're making eye contact with so many people and all that kind of stuff, for you as a creative person, do you feel like you're more focused when you're out, or do you feel you're pretty relaxed?
You know what? When I'm out, I just take my mind away from the studio. So even though it's hard to, because they might play one of your songs.
Yes.
Or they might play something and they say, oh, right back. You understand? But
boy, we should have been better push up that.
You understand? But you know, it's just part of socializing, because I dedicate a lot of my life here working. So it's like when I leave there and I go out, it's like, you know, I know here, but we let it down. You know, me just look at it and just say, for that moment, you know, I'm going to enjoy myself and try and make the most of it and go on feeling good and look forward to the next day, whether it's work or whatever it should be. So
you think it's important as a musician or producer that you are amongst the people who you cater for? Because I know of people in the industry that aren't sociable like that. I go through periods of time where I'm not, but it's almost like, how do you expect people to support your product and support you if you're not supporting their events?
Yeah.
But then the flip side of it is, you can go and support these people at their events and you still don't get that support back.
Yeah.
So how do
it's
you...
It's not about what you get back, you know. You have to look at your inner self.
Yeah, what you want to do.
Yeah, what you have to look at you as an individual. So when I go out and I connect, yes, I might see a lot of work colleagues, I might see a lot of school colleagues, I might see friends from a particular area I live in or lived in, and it's called socializing. You know, I have a drink, I have a reasoning. I only do everything like this because you don't get that chance to catch up. It could even be family you're butting up out there that you haven't seen for a period of time, but they just have to get the same event. So it's about connecting, because you know what? It's the love, you know.
Yeah.
When you connect with people, it's the love, and sometimes that's where the feedback comes, because they see that you're dishing out the love or you're giving the love, so they're gonna look at you and they're gonna say, "Well, that Irish Virgin, you know, you give me a reason, you know, buy me a drink, you know." And it makes a difference. So the next time, now them probably hear my name and I say, "Yeah, I got the same Virgin." Oh, okay, I Stingray or Dillie or Henry, you know, and they listen up. So you kind of generating the love. Love brings the support. You know, it brings the support, and you need it. You can't. I can't just go out and just feel like a stiff-necked.
No, well, if you're doing something for people,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You have to be amongst the people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's the use you being by yourself? I want to do it for the people. That is when certain people become selfish, you know what I mean? Because they're just thinking about themselves.
And other people see
it. And they do things and you're supposed to like it. And people see it without realizing, you know? That's why sometimes you wonder, why that music now go, and it's so great, and it's this and it's that and the other. It's because people now feel the vibe by it. There's no vibe in it. And you get even some badly produced tune, but the way when the man that was making it, or the woman, or should I say the persons, because we're there in England, you know what I mean? The persons who was making it, you know what I mean? The amount of energy and thing them put into that bad thing, and then you know, it's like, I'll give you a good for instance. It's like people listen to like slang thing with it, and they're wondering, why was this reading? You know, all the musicologists are looking at it and wondering why this simple thing will make off of some little simple machine was so popular. You understand? And what it is maybe the vibe of what the brother when he was making it, and then when we sing it, you know what I mean? The vibes, you know, it just touched people. It was
these connection.
But it wasn't even produced that good, you know what I mean? So like it come off a cassette.
No, but
well, it did come off a cassette.
Yeah, but true, they give them that love.
That's right.
Do you understand? Because
no, but you feel it,
Yeah. So whether you like it or not, you're just saying, boy, everything, you know, so you want, that rings for Henry, because them have a love from Henry, and them have a love for him. So them are go get that extra spin.
But me, my time people we don't even know me.
No, but they don't even have to know
just hear the tune, and they hear the vibe in the tune.
Listen, me there Birmingham the other day, and a man a play my tune, and he must say, big up Dillie and Raymond. I don't know him, but what it is, he's heard other DJs that I know.
Okay.
And him hear them, I say, yeah man, big up Stingray, big up Dillie and Ray, because they know me.
Okay.
So each one work off of each one. So this particular DJ probably hear them or call names. So through my theme show now, in one people feel
Say,
no, sir.
say.
Me know them man, they
Me
too.
too, yeah.
You
No, it's
understand?
true.
And me, I play them tune, and me know them man, they so I go big them up. Whether him know me or not, him I go big me up because him just a worker for somebody else. Him don't know. I don't know him. Him don't know me. I know every DJ where I deal with or connect with because remember I've been in all avenues of music, you know, because I was a radio host as well.
Okay. What was your radio name?
I started on the biggest pirate station in the UK, which was Time Radio.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my first station I started on, and then put me in at the graveyard shift. When I say graveyard shift, we used to work from like 3 in the morning to 6. Yeah, and when it start here, we are going, you know. Then I said I can put me in a prime spot after that, don't you? Because I was getting some tunes when no man can play. Plus, just how I was presenting my show. So I ended up doing 8 to 10 in the evening. Ernie and all the man, they even just before me or after me. You understand? But again, I didn't continue with it. And Time Radio went down, and then I ended up going on another station called WLR. And the first station, the name of the Sky, I think, or something. About 3 stations we do. And it was the pure prime time after that. They had to be putting me in spots like 7 to 9 or 10 to them kind of spot there. Because anything me do with music, you know, I'm putting my all in. You understand? So I'm promoting. Yeah, I'm promoting music. So I went through them avenues. So I have friends was all in the radio thing. Some of them become a big league DJ now. You know what I mean? Like One Extra and all these legal station and Choice FM and all them big station. And I was part of the package on certain part station with a lot of these guys. But you know, studio took my preference, even over sound systems. It's true though. When I started with the studio, I gave up on that. You know, that I don't have the love for it still, because occasionally my brother might come and say, "Oh, why don't you come play some music?" So you know, some of that record like that again, but when it comes spin for half a while, come can manage that. But I couldn't do it again where I'm gonna go out and play out. When I had song, it was me one playing all night. I mean, playing the song, even if we're playing with somebody else, and never like someone else taking over. Because I was the man that was selecting and entertaining.
So, Henry, you ever spin 2 tunes?
Maybe? Yeah, I spin 2 tunes now.
Yeah.
I get gigs where, you know, like, you know what I mean, I'm not playing live, you know what I mean, they just want to DJ, but I DJ all the tunes that I play. That's it. It's like I do a DJ set. I have a DJ set, I have a PA set, and then I play with live band too.
So you got your finger in all the pies.
Well, you have to, and that is just my thing.
Yeah, but
we're not talking about the things that we're doing with bands like Aswan and Dabasanti, Orange Sandy, you understand?
But it's funny enough because a lot of my close friends is coming from the same kind of journey, from song, coming a lot of my close friends.
Well, most of them come from song.
From song to production, and some of we still are dealing with sound now. As well as musicians.
Well, I go back to spin. I'm getting short. People, I put up a post say, who want me to DJ and just start get work.
Okay.
So I say, okay, you know, then find it a cheaper option to get me. That mean about it. So yeah, man.
So what would you say has been the best advice you've ever been given?
All right, I got to tell you what best advice that was given is to have your fun.
Yeah. And
That was the best advice.
we have advice from my my mother, right? But I think it's too rude. It's on the same lines as what India said.
We have the radio edited version, maybe.
Yeah. My mother always said, you see when we return big and I leave home, she always just remind me. She say we are man, right? I would say what the first thing we have to do is to find place to lay our head before we find place to lay away. You understand?
Right. Yes, mom.
Because she knows a man want a woman, you understand? You know what I mean? And sometimes the lustful woman can take care of a man and you're going with a woman and you're there with a woman a little bit and you're not followed. She dash you out on the road, you understand? You have nowhere to live. That was the advice, but my mother gave it to all of it. Even my daughter, them, my sister, them too. And the same advice me give my youth them and give my daughter too, you know what I mean?
That was the greatest one.
Who gave you that
my
advice?
friend was Bobby Digital.
Okay.
Yeah, because during the era of me working with Blue Mountain, like, and when I used to stay by his place and things like that, it's just a wedding I music. Anybody with music, when I'm on music. Yeah, and you could see it, and he said to me, because I bought the mixing board from him. When I bought the mixing board, I bought two. I said, yeah, I have one too. And I practically set up similar to these things. And it was his advice that made me done this. Yeah, that's why it's still here, because his advice. Yeah, he said, have your own. Not like have your own. Now, when you got other people to get slow music until whenever they throw you up. It was a problem where we book our studio time for 3-4 hours and we mix tune, and when the 4 hour come, and then we just feel the song.
So, yeah.
You understand? And you have to stop. So it just mash up your whole everything, you know what I mean? And things like that. So I think that would be the greatest advice. I think.
Okay, if you could change anything about the industry, what would it be?
All right, then we're going out. Yeah. I don't know. If the only thing I feel, because I think technology has moved so fast. I think the jump kind of move the whole vibration of of where I was. If I could have gone back, we could have continued from how it was. I think we would have had a more control over the music industry, because it's just like Top of the Pops. They go by sales and things like that, but now you can't tell. Your tune could be the biggest tune out there, but because it's shared, it's not registered in the system. You know, it's like you turn on the radio, tune up every day, you know, say something must be about that tune. But when you see the sales figure, you say, just a little bit of something. But yet still, the tune I play so much, but it's because of the technology right now. It's just the vibration, the jump, you know? It's like, that's the only thing I feel I would have loved to change. Because I'm just so old school maybe as well. Because I can't tell my kids them that, you know. Because them love so them can pick up them phone. Them can find tune easy and all them things there and just play up on them phone. Them have a subscription and we are get probably a penny out every time the tune play or download.
But it's not even that still, you know. You see the main industry where them call it so-called mainstream. we don't get into that. We have to be very lucky if you get within that mainstream. When you're in the mainstream, you can have a tune, you know, not even sell, you know. But because it play on a radio station, certain radio station all over the world, where you get your publishing in, you just create money.
Yeah.
So enough of them create money. So the record company
But they
create money.
spend a lot.
They spend a lot, but because the record company them have control of that.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
You can't get in. The only way you can get in is if when them see you do your little independent thing, and it's a work. That's when them run come try to take you in. They want to take it. That's why they take you in like that. They don't see people with millions stream and they say, yeah, bring the record.
But you know, sir, also too, sometimes it's like if somebody gets through the door, nobody else not get through the door anymore. It's like
No.
they lock it on you, you know.
No, but they've always done that. They've always done
And say, okay, one is enough.
That's right.
Let that go through.
Yeah.
Rare.
Yeah, they've
But
always done
the only good thing that I used to like about that is like if, for example, you know, Shaggy get a hit tune, mainstream international, they're gonna only try and find the other little companies or the other bigger companies to this big company is probably gonna search to try and find if they can find a Shaggy or find an artist that's gone international for their company. So sometimes we do stand a good chance, like they search.
Yeah, well, if you have a production company where if you have a couple artists, even better. You understand? They will keep coming to you, and then they will even take chance and even ones that
they will.
They even start
As
selling.
long as they're not shelf.
No, well, you know what I mean. But they don't mind. You know the ones who feel the shelf is the artists. Them now feel the shelf, you know. Cause you have to remember, say, them put out the music to all these radio stations where they getting royalties from.
But the
Yeah, that's right.
them is to shelf some artists in the early.
No, them always shelf artists.
You sign contract.
You get a one tune. Yeah, but them don't do that now. Then you get a one tune, and then the next thing you know, you're not about the artist again.
No, not at all.
Not
Till
all.
after the contract done.
Yeah, it's contract done.
So how do they benefit from that?
Well, it's like they would have get a hit tune, you know. So the project probably the company make would be off of the hit tune. You understand? But sometimes I don't know what it is with these companies. They will spend their money and do it and don't end up the project out. And even if they do put out that project, like you sign a 5-year contract, suppose you have another 2 albums or next album at least ready to go. Sometimes it's just the one product. And then you're sitting down for the next 4 years.
And you can't
do nothing because your contract is that you can't work.
You can't work with nobody.
So what happens is now you just find out that you're not doing Freddie tracks because he's under contract, and if he breaks his contract, it's a money, it's a court team, it's a money team, and
That's why you have in America now you have production company. You know, like you have like 50 Cent company or whoever company, you know what I mean, Jay-Z company. And then they have the artist, they might sign them just for one album or even one single, you know what I mean? Because a bigger record, them can sell it to a bigger record company to get the bigger money. And plus them done work out how to get back them publishing and all them things there. You know what I mean? And you know that's where the business has got smarter, you understand? But forget in them realms, you have to have the money first, you know? Because hip hop never just starts, so you know. The real reason why hip hop take off is because of a company named Sony, Japanese, all EMI and all them other companies. They didn't want to take on like black music, but somebody in Sony saw how it sold, you know, the little thing then, and then them decide to pick up the hip hop man then and work with it and make a bag of money out of hip hop. Bag of money, and then everybody want to jump on hip hop now. But the man them is so smart now. they do it where you don't get the artist though. You get the production company because the artist is signed to the production company.
Okay.
You understand? That's where them get smart, I know. That's why them after the business. America. You know. Remember when you had man like Michael Jackson and all them people that take back them product. Them never like them, you know. That's why people wonder how them people that just die so. You know what I mean? How Prince just died so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why after time just take back everything. What imagine, you know what I mean? The man did, you know, when them take back them things, they all of a sudden something up to them, man.
Boy. I could get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And I guess that's the business side of it, which is it possible to be involved in the industry without getting those kind of burns?
Well, I've been in it many years. You get burned all the time.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say you've not been burned. So
no, man,
you just have to.
Even I'm talking from the smallest things, you know. I'm talking from the smallest things from doing a session to doing a show, you know what I mean, or doing a production to putting out, and you know what I mean. Because even when you think you are running thing, somebody else still want to take off of you. When them take off of you, that's why some people get bad mind and say, well, because them take off of me, I'm going to take off of you. When you have nothing to do with them, I take off of you. You understand?
How do you develop a resilience to those burns?
Well, it's a lesson. It's a lesson to the next time.
Yeah, listen to our audience.
Yeah.
Called music avoid, you know?
Yeah, it happens all the time. But you just know, say, okay, all right, I get away this time.
Yeah, it just once bitten, twice shy.
It's not gonna work, and then you secure up your thing because you know that act, what was made, you're not gonna get a chance to happen again. You understand? Yeah, but it just coming like in my early days, I used to just work, and I do your work, and I expect my pay when I'm done. And you would find with some people now they're very ignorant, or they will go away with the stuff and you don't get paid. So you have to put things in place. So you say, okay, all right, what's an all? If you want the session, you get the deposit. When the session finish, you're paid, your balance, and it's yours. So you have to put things in place to
ensure that you
ensure that.
Yeah.
But you know, I think it's part of learning. You have to go through things. You have to get burnt to learn. Yeah, you have to get burnt.
Skin must be.
With everything, you know, you have to get burnt to learn, you know. And you just correct the steps as you go along and walk through, you know. Sometimes we let down with God still. I understand, but within reason. Because you know deep down within yourself, but sometimes you have a certain trust in some people that you just let the guard down because you're not expecting no behavior, and, you know, which is fine. So you have to just move that kind of out. So jazz great. Nothing better than leave it in.
Preach. So what's next for the pair of you? What have we got to look forward to coming up?
Yeah, well, more production. Right now.
Yeah, more tune.
I have already in the pipeline for the new year. I have a Jawi's album. It's the arts of the what he died. But it wasn't COVID, it was just after the COVID.
Okay.
But we had done the production. So I took time to get that together. So I have that production. I have working on Alternate EP. Michael So it doesn't stop. You know, buttons here. Already I
Yeah,
talk about it more and
the
do some
next
things
tunes,
again. So I have to help out with friends them too because that's how we work. You know what I mean? There's a man, if you call him and I need a favor and do it, so why I can't do a favor for you?
That's right.
Yeah, this student is just like how it's mine. So I mean, you know that you just have to just
So we deal with the
Sure.
one and watch the other.
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
You know?
support for support.
Some of we, you know what I mean? You have to be in a certain pedigree.
Yeah,
Or be in a certain camp still. And you know, everybody have them camps. And then these camp, so we do one and watch the other.
So we go for some more.
Not
trombone, but vocal.
singing, vocal, yeah. I don't think that.
We're raising profile on the singing side as well, you know.
Because
the other part set already, you know.
Yeah, set already.
Him set there, so you know. Years now him set, but no, we get the singing button now.
No, well, from I get endorsement from one like Freddie McGregor.
Yes, man.
Ken do that, you know, big singer there, you know.
This man is part of
Yeah,
it. It's
so
a long journey with our
Yeah.
you know. So,
Too
as long as far it takes you, I guess so we are going to we're not young, still. Soon have to go around the boots.
Not a guy with no boots. I'm too used to it, but I had with no boots.
2 years too far to turn back.
Yeah, you know that.
True.
You know that tune too. All time sing that tune.
True.
Too late to turn.
Too late. And I didn't sing it. And sing it over.
Oh, sing it first.
I want to learn so.
Oh yeah, the story, yeah. No, well, you know we are. Yeah, but you know so. No, but you know so we are talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about the
Reggae
reggae tune. But still, them man, they make me know them tune because I didn't know it from the class. You see what I mean? Later years now, me I learned about them tunes that said they were classics. I would have never think so. I covered the tune like a theme tune.
Yeah, no, but it's a coxswain that used to do.
Yeah.
Come on, the soul tune.
No different. You know, but to me, you know, music to be deeper now. When we go into my soul classic, then when we start, this was a cover tune. That was a cover tune. Right now, if I hear a song, and because one thing with the Americans, they don't rap with it. Yeah, a lot of the Americans wrote classic song. The lyrics, trust me, they don't rap with it. So when I hear a song with certain lyric content in it, I listen and say, it's really original, you know? You know, and it makes me do my research and get deeper in what it's original because sometimes them singer them lazy.
It doesn't have as much substance these days, so
no substance, and that's what I mean. To
Yeah,
charge.
but when you know them tunes, so it's like, and then you hear the soul on. No, it's always, but it's always big stuff.
I mean, sometimes we have to have them too, you know, because especially if you're dealing with projects, you know, you must have to have two little tune where, even though, I'm not to you, but at the same time, it's a project, you must have even 3 tunes will stand out. And the rest will just make up the project.
We can't do melody, but lyrics hard for me. Lyrics is hard. Melody is no problem. No problem. You can't get any melody. Lyrics only come like once in a while.
But true, you don't have the time. You see, if you have the time more now, you would get a better choice for words when you're writing original song. Because that is the thing I find. This is the thing I find with some artists, and I'm not a artist still, but what I find with some artists is like when they come to the life now, and they know they're going to be here for a few hours, they try to complete a song in a few hours.
okay.
I'm not saying they can't do it,
but Yeah,
but sometimes the choice of words
that's right. Yeah.
is better. Sometimes you go away or come back.
Yeah, spend
Make
some
prep
time, buddy.
beforehand.
Spend time,
Yeah.
you know.
No, but me spend my time going pumpkin and coloring.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
And
saying.
that
Your time
need-
take up doing other things and working for people
Yeah.
and running
No,
here and
because
doing there. So your mates is not.
No,
on
you
the
know
lyrics.
why I do that? Cause I don't know, man. Just I try to find out my balance in a life, you know.
Yeah.
Cause I find, for me anyway, I find that doing other things, when I come back to music, it help my music because it give me all some certain inspiration where, you know what I mean? Cause I might get even inspiration from pulling out some weed from a little patch, you know, run some onion or garlic or some, you know, just pulling up weeds around it. And I get an inspiration even from that, and then now we go through the book and put in that inspiration, you know. And from anything, you know, anything, you know. Whenever the youth or you play with the youth or whatever, you know. And you just up there and just give you inspiration to think about something else, you know, or to do something else within music, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And I think that's the thing for 2024. There seems to be a kind of shift where I think vibrations and energy is something to pay close attention to. Frequency, that's right. Yeah.
Big role.
As an engineer.
Yeah. Not just engineer. God, you have to have frequency for play.
No, we know that. But I say you
and we have to connect, we have to have the frequency. Because if we don't have the frequency, you know, it just not
that's right.
Because somebody got that have a different balance. Understand?
So high frequency for 2024
Man.
and beyond.
Wow.
Yeah, but you know the sequential parameters. You know, you know
I don't. I don't. I
you
go
know,
through
you know it
vibes.
more than me because
No, but I
you
never
twist the
learned it that way.
parameters all the time.
Yeah, but all you talk about parameters, me just turning up. And when me hear sound, I say, boy, I'm not coming back like that. Let me leave like this. So. Yeah, I don't know. A man can't tell me about frequency.
I just make sure
and G, B,
all I make sure is that I have a good recording level. That's it.
Man, I said, oh, just take it down a little DD. I said, that's
Yeah. There are just the frequency, the healing frequencies. And
we know about that.
We need it, man.
Yeah.
We need it, man. Right now, with the frequency level.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Country life.
Yeah.
Country life.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, I'd like to thank you both for your
You know,
time.
I said this is the longest interview.
Really?
Wow, yeah.
Wow.
No, that's all right. But you know, you get a general
Yeah.
synopsis.
Yeah. And you get the main ingredients.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
We cannot have this. Don't talk to me so much.
No, far to go with it.
Me too. Any last words, last messages?
Yeah, well, many thanks in Kae-C, you know. You
very
get it
welcome.
exclusive. Me and Henry one time.
Yeah.
Them thing I don't know, man.
No, normal at all.
Tell her Henry. You don't have to call him Henry Matic or
All three.
Matic.
You see,
yeah.
But yeah, man, we give thanks still, you know. Sometimes story have to be told, you know what I mean? Hopefully everybody can listen, you know. All the same frequency and the vibes.
Well, you've got an exclusive part of the corner still of the history. So,
she lucky.
I'm very
from a totally different angle.
Yeah. And we just
if
relax and
sitting
we
in
chill,
office
you know. And
Yeah.
we just easy.
Yeah. But I have done in the interview.
Just not one like this.
No, this is an exclusive one.
Yeah, we are around on video all the time and all. We pick the notes
Yeah,
Okay, let me stop the video
Oh,
before you
God.
feel the need to do that.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you.
Give thanks. Give
Yeah.
thanks.